Okay, this is working on examples from Pizzazz, page 212. And these are equations with variables on both sides. And it looks like this. So we're just going to pick out maybe 6 to do together. If you don't need to work out the 6 together, you can always work them out by yourself. I'm going to work out, so let's go ahead and pick them out now. And then if you want to try to work them out by yourself first and then watch the video, that'll be fine. Let's just do every third one. Let's do 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18. Let's do that. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18. Okay. I don't know what kind of problems they're going to be, but that's the ones we're going to do. So 2x plus 15 equals 43 minus 5x. All right, so we have 2 variables here, obviously. We got negative 5x and positive 2x. So the question is, which one is smaller? We're always, step 1 is move the smaller x. I'm going to draw my line. So 2x or negative 5x? Well, negative 5x is smaller, so that's the one we're going to move. So we're going to add 5x to both sides. And that one's going to go away. So we're going to get 43 on this side, plus 15 on this side. And then 2x plus 5x is 7x. Notice what we have here is really just a 2-step equation. 7x plus 15x, 7x plus 15 equals 43. So we're going to subtract 15 from both sides. And we get 7x. Well, 43 minus 15 is 28. So 7x equals 28. Then we divide by 7. And 28 divided by 7 is 4. And I'll check myself just to make sure. 28 divided by 7 is 4. So x equals 4. Okay. So we're supposed to connect the dots in the order that we solve them. Because I'm not solving them in order, I'm just going to write the solution here. So you're going to have to wait until you're completely done and then connect the dots. So I'm going to put the answer to number 3 on the 3rd line. And then we'll put the answer to number 6 on the 6th line. And then when you're completely done, then you'll have to go back through and connect the dots. And it'll make a picture. Okay, number 6. Number 6 says negative 7x minus 2 equals 24 minus 9x. So I have negative 7x and negative 9x. So the question is, which one's smaller? Negative 7 or negative 9? Well, negative numbers are actually the opposite of positive numbers. So negative 9 is actually a smaller number than negative 7. So we're going to add negative 9, or add positive 9, because negative 9 was smaller. And that's going to go away. So we're going to get 24 left on the right hand side, and minus 2 on the left hand side. And then I have negative 7 plus 9. I'm going to clear this out. So I got negative 7 plus 9, and that's going to give me positive 2. So I have positive 2x minus 2 equals 24. Positive 2x minus 2 equals 24. So I've got to add 2 to both sides. This will go away. I'm going to get 2x equals 26. Then I'm going to divide by 2. And 26 divided by 2 is going to be 13. So I'm going to trace it over, and it's going to go right here. All right. Now these take up a lot of room, so I'm going to go ahead and flip the page, and we're going to do number 9. Number 9 actually looks pretty easy. Just a luck of the draw there. Alright, so I'm going to highlight the variables. And it's kind of weird here, but we're going to break our own rule. And we are not going to move. Well, yeah, we are. Yeah, we're gonna keep it. I was going to say that we were going to, yeah, we're going to be fine. We're going to move the 8. I was thinking that was a negative 11, but it's not. Okay, so we're going to move the 8 because it's smaller. So we're going to subtract 8x. So we're going to subtract 8x from both sides. These go away, and I get negative 6 on this side. And then 11x minus 8x is going to be a 3x. So I get 3x equals negative 6. Well, I got to divide by 3 on both sides. And negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. So this is the easiest one so far. It's always nice to get an easy problem. We like those. Sometimes people think just because there's a negative in it that it makes it hard, but I disagree with that. When you have a calculator, negatives are no different than positives. Okay, we're on number 12. All right, we got negative 9x minus 21 equals 35 minus x. All right, well, let's fill in what they don't tell us, which is that this is a 1. So I got a negative 9x and I got a negative 1x. So which one's smaller, negative 9x or negative 1x? So again, negative numbers are the opposite of positive numbers. In positive numbers, 1 would be smaller. But in negative numbers, 9 is smaller because negative 9 is actually a smaller number than negative 1 because negative 1 is closer to the positives. So this is actually the smaller, this is a smaller number, negative 9. So we're going to add negative 9 to both sides, and these will go away. So in my calculator, I'm going to take negative 1 plus 9, and it's going to give me positive 8. So I have negative 21 equals 35 plus 8x. Now I need to get rid of this 35. So I'm going to subtract it from both sides. Now I have negative 21 minus 35. So I'm going to do that in my calculator. Clear this out. So I don't know if you can see that. So I got negative 21 minus 35. Now look at the difference here. Notice that this is a negative symbol versus a minus symbol. Look at how the negative is small and a little bit higher versus the flat, wider, and lower. So a lot of times kids will, it's different, like this is the negative symbol versus the minus. And so a lot of times kids will accidentally hit the wrong button. So if I hit minus, then I'll get something completely different. So I get negative 56 equals 8x. Now I have to divide by 8. And negative 56 divided by 8 is negative 7. Okay, number 12 is negative 7. All right, we got 2 left. I'm gonna go ahead, I think I'm gonna be able to fit it in here. So I got negative 15 minus 4x equals 6 minus 3x. So I got negative 4x and negative 3x. So again, which one is smaller? Always think about what the opposite would be if it was positives. If they were positive, 4 would be bigger, right? So if they're negatives, 4 would be smaller. And they are negatives, so 4 is actually smaller. So that's the one I'm going to move. So these will go away. And I'm going to get negative 15. Then I'm going to keep my 6. Then I got negative 3 plus 4. So negative 3 plus 4. And I'm going to get 1. Now, did I really need to write the 1? No, I did not. But I'm going to write it until I get to the end, and then I'll drop it off. So right now I have negative 15 equals 6 plus 1x. I'm going to get rid of the 6. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. So again, I have negative 15. So I need to use the negative symbol. Negative 15. Notice how it looks. Negative 15 minus 6. Again, notice how it looks. Negative 15 minus 6. They look different. Enter. Negative 21. And I don't really need to write the 1. So negative 21 equals x. Same thing. This is good. This is better. So negative 21. Last one. All right, so notice what this says. This says negative x, but we know that it's negative 1x minus 2 equals 1 minus 2x, okay? So I'm going to write that negative 1x in. So negative 1x minus 2 equals 1 minus 2x. We got a lot of 1s and a lot of 2s here. So let's highlight what we see. I see a negative 1x and a negative 2x. So let's think about which one's actually smaller. If they were positive numbers, 2 would be bigger, but they're negatives, so 2 is actually smaller because they actually work opposite. So 2 is actually smaller, so we're going to move it. These will go away. I'm going to keep my 1, and I'm going to keep the negative 2, and now I just need to add these. So I have negative 1 plus 2, and I got 1x. Again, I'm going to write it, even though I don't really need to write the 1x. I don't need to write the 1. I could just write x, but I'm going to write it for a little bit. So I'm going to get rid of the negative 2 or the minus 2. I'm going to add 2. So I have 1x equals 3, and this is fine, but I'm going to rewrite it without that, and it's better. So x equals 3. Now I'm going to go back through and I'm going to make sure that we find all of our answers. If we don't find all of our answers, then we know that we're not right, because all of these answers have to be over here, or else we're wrong anyway. So let's go one by one. So let's look for 4. Okay, I see it here, so that's fine. Okay, 13. What's next? Negative 2. Okay, I see it here. Negative 7. Okay, I see it here. Negative 21. All right, I see one there. And positive 3. I don't see a positive 3 anywhere. Did we mess up? Oh, no, here it is. Okay, so we did find all of our answers. So I feel like maybe we probably got them right. So you have to do the rest of them. And then once you finish all of them, then go back through and do the connect the dots. If you can't find your answers, then raise your hand and let me look at your work, and I'll see if you messed up or where you messed up, and we'll work it out together.